This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views expressed therein are solely those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of their employers. God, I can't believe we're doing this again. Fucking American Graffiti, nostalgia, wank, good old days. Ah!
I've come to restore my honor as a knight of the Order of the 6 Degrees of Star Wars.
How did you get the Darksaber, and what do you mean?
Fought for it. Don't worry about it. And I've carried my reroll of the degrees since Lilo and Stitch, and you failed to ask on the last 2 eps that I've been on if I want to reroll. Now I'm here to save you from doing more American Graffiti.
Okay. Not about to look a gift force in the mouth, so, what are you choosing?
Well, seeing as it is the season of shenanigans, and pranks, and nonsense, and the occasional exploding tower, I'll go for a 2. There's wild tonal swings in there.
Okay, but just for the record, this is not how we do things from now on. We are not going to just point weapons from the galaxy far, far away at Sam to get her to do what we want. We are leaving that behind for 2026, even if it does mean in this particular instance that we actually get to do Batman the Animated Series Season 1, Episode 38, Christmas with the Joker. Oh god, River's been Jokerized already.
I can't be Jokerized! My son is laying on the floor being beaten with a crowbar!
Okay, let's do this. Hello there, and welcome back to 6 Degrees of Star Wars, the podcast where we explore all the ways George Lucas's flagship franchise surrounds us, binds us, and penetrates us in the landscape of cinema. I'm your host, Sam Marchioni. Joining me today after a thorough pat down to make sure they have no more weapons from the galaxy far, far away, River Lane.
My son has gotten up and is now pointing a gun at Batman, so here we fucking are.
Shamila Karunakaran.
Crashing through the roof in the one-horse open tree, busting out I go, laughing all the way!
Shami gets the 60s snack. Gillian Quigley.
Holy Toledo, Bat Sam!
Love you!
Grady Smithy.
Wanna know how I got these scars, Batsy?
And my friend Jordan.
And what we call this is Exhibit 38 and why Jordan wants to give Bruce Wayne a hug.
Aww.
Oh.
Valid.
We started out with bits and it became wholesome.
Well, that is sort of the entirety of the Batman the Animated Series. It's like, you know, a solid chunk bit and then something will come out of left field and Kevin Conroy will just take your heart out and stomp on it with cleats.
R.I.P. Kevin!
R.I.P. Kevin!
Pour one out for Kevin.
He will always be the best Batman.
Okay, yeah, I think we've all kind of reached that consensus, and we all in the Discord chat kind of came to the consensus that our degree 2 for this episode, the one and only Mark Hamill, is the best Joker.
Correct.
There isn't another Joker. What do you mean there are other Jokers?
There is no DCU Joker, there is no DCU Joker, there is no Warren Bossing say.
Hey, didn't Joker win an Oscar?
We do not talk about that! That's for Allie's podcast.
Listen, I will go to bat for Alan Tudyk Joker because Alan Tudyk Joker reps for Oberlin College!
This program would offer him something I can't give him. More self-confidence, the opportunity to feel a sense of pride in his name, a great boost on his transcript for when he applies to early admission at Oberlin.
Always you with Oberlin.
I mean, I'll also go to bat for John DiMaggio's Joker from Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, and I have a soft spot for Cesar Romero's Joker as well.
Joker performances, you can argue one way or the other. In terms of what Joker does for a story and what the Joker is all about on like a thematic and like what makes him a good Batman villain, I will stand by my statement. The Batman the Animated Series was the only team that knew how to use the Joker properly, because I do think because of their restrictions within having to make it a quote-unquote kids program, they couldn't get away with what, you know, Nolan's Joker or fucking whatever Joaquin's Joker's director is. They can't get away with that level of brutality, but the Joker is not about brutality. He is about mayhem and chaos and dangling the police commissioner over a vat of boiling goo after hucking a bunch of giant evil nutcrackers with guns your way. You know?
Can you believe that at one point this Joker was going to be voiced by Tim
Curry, yes. And then his performance was seen as too scary, and he was replaced after 3 episodes. And fun fact, John Glover, who he would later voice the Riddler, he also auditioned for the Joker, and yes, Smallville nerds. It's the same guy who plays Lionel Luthor.
Yeah.
Welcome to DC, we have 5 actors.
Specifically the DCAU. The DCAU has 5 actors, but that's because the voice actors in general have like 12 actors tops, depending on what position the sun is in the sky and what era it is. Right now, if you don't recognize a voice, 6 out of 10 times. Hi, Matt.
Lanter?
Mercer.
Oh.
Anyway.
I did not grow up with Batman the Animated Series. My parents were of the opinion that such stuff was not appropriate for children to be watching, so my childhood predominantly consisted of PBS. Not knocking PBS, to be clear.
We love and support PBS in this household.
I missed out on a lot of stuff. I did not have the context for Jingle Bell's Batman smells.
See, here's my question. Did everyone else, sans Grady, because Grady is an old TM, did everybody else have the childhood experience of what I can only describe as the childhood murder ballads? Like, passed down from generation to generation. Like, we all wanted to murder Barney in various different ways. And I feel like there are regional variations depending on who you talk to, but Bex and I got on this when we were in New York together, and I was just thinking about it because, like, I didn't get the animated series because it was over before I was watching television, and for a while it was in a black hole, and my parents are not comics people, so I'm only just now getting around to it.
Okay, if the one I'm thinking of is the one you're talking about, is this it starts with the alphabet and then it becomes graphic?
Yes.
I have no idea what this is.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Barney is my enemy, stick a rifle up his nose, pull the trigger, watch him blow, something like that.
There's that, there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, gummy bears are chasing me, pink ones, purple ones, green ones too, and the stupid blue one stole my shoe.
Okay, so as somebody who is not an old TM, no, I did not grow up with any of this.
But like my grander statement is there are 2 different yeah.
We lost Grady.
No, man down.
Maybe Grady ran away because we were being mean to him about being old.
Considering that he's not popped up over the Discord, I suspect his internet might have crashed.
Oh no.
Ah, damn it. The Joker must be interfering with the signal.
Oh god, not again.
Okay, we're gonna have to start triangulating for Grady's location, and when we find him, he's gonna be, like, wrapped up in a present with a baby bonnet.
And a candy cane just stuffed in his mouth.
And hanging over a vat of acid.
There he is!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, yay! We got him out of the vat of acid!
Dang!
Okay, Mark, fine.
Did you survive the Joker?
I don't know if the NDA allows me to answer that question, sorry.
It's gonna be all bits tonight, people. All bits.
Ain't it just?
I mean, it's your turn to have the annual holiday Christmas party with too many guests doing bits about a thing we all love.
Seeing Harvey Bullock in the baby costume.
Oh god.
Who? Harvey Bullock.
Harvey Bullock.
Dude.
He's the baby in the
Okay,
Waffle
I
family.
don't know who the fuck that is. I thought the lady with the red hair, I thought that was Barbara at first, because like,
Same!
the
It's like
team
Paul
only
Dini.
knows
Learn
how
more
to draw
when
one
to draw
woman.
women. It's like Batgirl and Supergirl all over again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Summer Gleason.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
She's a reporter in Gotham.
Summer Gleason's
Okay, so we
blonde
can get
with
Vicky
green
Vale.
hair.
Vale.
There are multiple.
What do you mean there are multiple in this economy?
Also, I don't think it's a reporter, specifically because the Joker calls them the Lawfuls, and the Joker commits to the bit. He's not going to call them the Lawfuls, get 2 cops and 1 reporter. I'm honestly not sure who that is, because it's not Montoya, because the hair's the wrong color for her.
Nope.
And besides, Montoya's in the audience.
Yeah.
In production order, this is pre the introduction of Dent. It could be a case that she's just some unnamed DA.
No, the episodes like credit her as Summer Gleason.
I just don't know who that is.
She's a reporter in Gotham.
So,
Okay.
you know.
Is she like on the crime beat or something?
Possibly.
No.
Possibly.
Ordinarily, she's society. I was watching another episode just before we started, and she was there at a society gala to report on it, and blonde. This is the only time I remember seeing Summer Gleason with brown hair.
I thought it was red. It's colored differently.
Well, I guess this is what happens when sometimes you don't communicate quite so well with the art team.
Yeah.
Speaking of the art team, God, Gotham looks so good.
It does.
It's
Don't
like
it
that
just.
40s, 50s, like, noir aesthetic that I love. It's just latched onto my brain. It can never quite let go.
Yeah, although that does make you kind of question like some of the logistics of the tech Batman has, but then you're like, shut up, he's Bruce Wayne, he's rich. There should be no billionaires, and that should include Bruce Wayne, but oh, fuck it.
No. I'm going to quote my serialized review that I put in the fucking Discord. I am also anti-billionaire, but Bruce Wayne has the same reaction about Gomez Adams, where you tell him you have to kill him in the revolution, and he's like, I understand, but thank you for hesitating.
Yeah, so he's down with the program.
Well, because even Bruce Wayne doesn't want to have the money Bruce Wayne has.
That's why he funnels it all back into Gotham.
Yeah.
An added citation to the adage, if you cannot picture Batman comforting a crying child, you haven't written Batman, you've written the Punisher in a silly hat, should be, if you cannot imagine Bruce Wayne going up to bat for the downtrodden and homeless of Gotham, you have not written Bruce Wayne, you've written a real-life billionaire. We have an entire episode about The Forgotten where Bruce catches wind that a bunch of homeless people are going missing and immediately gets himself kidnapped, trying to find them. It is deeply important to me that Bruce Wayne is one of, like, a fictional good billionaire.
And he has a disguise kit, too, to go get himself kidnapped. Well, he didn't mean to get himself kidnapped, but...
Matches Malone.
We have something like 3,000 billionaires in the world. How come none of them are fucking dressing up as an animal and fighting crime, goddammit?
Because their parents haven't been killed on the way back from a reading of Zorro.
Do you want Elon Musk's persona?
No, see, Elon Musk does it and it blows up in his face. Elon Musk does it and he's like Titanic, submersible, whatever.
Elon Muskrat.
Yep.
That's
Bruce Wayne is the one billionaire that I'm going to argue deserves to exist, because if you can believe a man can fly, you can believe that a billionaire is capable of being truly altruist. The fact that all of the other ones fail at this is on them, not on Bruce.
Okay, look, we'll put it this way. When we're eating the rich, Bruce Wayne is dessert. We save him for last.
Yeah, and it's not his fault that Gotham is just straight up cursed.
Yes, Gotham and superstitions came into the universe at the exact same time as a mated pair. You cannot separate them, you cannot distinguish them, and thus everything about this Art Deco Gothic nightmare city is a little eldritch and a little cursed.
It's sentient. It's like...
I mean, that makes sense given that their asylum is literally named after Lovecraft stuff. There is a case to be made for Gotham being not in New Jersey, but in Massachusetts. You cannot change my mind.
There's also a Miskatonic in a later Batman series.
There's an entire Batman Elseworld story where he's basically fighting eldritch abominations.
And it's awesome.
It's on HBO Max. You should go watch it.
Oh, yes.
It's not made by anybody who's disappointed me, is it?
I don't think so.
You never know. The list gets longer and longer, and sometimes I want to throw them in a Sarlacc pit, sometimes I want to throw them in a vat of boiling acid.
Boiling acid, indeed.
Nothing in the Sarlacc pit is there. Like, the droid has already, like, went through it.
Oh, good droid.
Good buddy.
I want to say the backgrounds especially look great. I feel like the animation is a little behind the backgrounds. Like, I know there were some design revamps later in the series, but right now there's something about the animation that to me feels like it's not quite up to the quality of the voice acting and the backgrounds that are happening. And if this was the second episode in production, even though it's now numbered as episode 38 for some reason, like, I get that. Growing pains, but I don't know. I don't care for this Joker's design. I feel like he benefited from the redesign that he would get later on.
The redesigns definitely came with hits and misses, and the Joker definitely had a major upgrade.
Yeah.
But I will say that Christmas with the Joker does have a just very special spot in my heart. Like, I love animated series. I was that kid who grew up on animated series, despite also, like, it was over before I was born and watching TV. My mom actually scheduled her college classes around going home to watch Batman the Animated Series.
Nice.
Nice.
Incredible.
You know, this is one of those very much fundamental, foundational influences on me. Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, like all of it. My sister and I went as Batman and Superman for Halloween one year when we were little. And Christmas with the Joker is just a fun episode that is still just like very Batman at its core, and I love Bruce and Dick's relationship in this episode in particular, and how Dick is just sitting there the whole time trying to get Bruce to be normal.
I mean, that is objectively Dick Grayson's job. If ever there was a Robin to grip Bruce by the shoulder and be like, can you calm down for like 10 seconds? That is Dick Grayson. And that is partially the reason why he fucks off.
Is like wrangling cats for him.
And it's pretty obvious, without them having to actually explicitly say it, that the reason why Dick wants to watch the movie is that's what his family did at Christmas.
It is entirely that, but it is also, again, how Dick chooses to summarize the movie. It's about a man who gets to experience the difference he makes on a city.
Dick Grayson would be amazing at those videos of, like, people describe a movie in very specific terms. Like, hey, do you want to watch that movie about a farm kid who goes to another planet with a bunch of weirdos to fight an evil power or whatever? And you're like, what are you talking about? Star Wars? No, The Wizard of Oz!
I will even ignore the fact that Dick is way too fucking old. I will say about the animation, Sam, yes, there are some, like, slight janky moments. However, I will forgive it because every once in a while, Bruce's shadow will get full bat-sized, and I think that's incredible.
You are a simple creature with simple pleasures, and I applaud you for that.
I also really love when the Batman is just a black blob with glowing eyes. That is my favorite trope.
It is the basis
So
of
cool.
so many fan art.
It's a very good little thing, and it's the easiest way to draw a bat.
I also, like, this is a children's show, and, like, Batman the Animated Series, I mean, all of these, like, DC animated shows in particular are such, you know, cartoon physics moments. And I feel like the animation style, while it does have its janky moments, almost aids in that, like, there's no way that this is at all realistic, but it's still enjoyable to watch.
Okay, I know now what the problem is. I'm spoiled, because the one thing I did have of the Timverse, we had this VHS tape that was a couple of episodes of Justice League, specifically the Paradise Lost arc, where Diana goes back to Themyscira and not at all mythologically accurate Hades is a thing, and then the Warworld episodes, which, you know, everybody seems to hate. But yeah, the animation compared to those episodes and this is strikingly different. So yeah, that would explain why I feel disappointed.
There's also a decade between them.
Yeah.
Exactly!
This is the season where they've been told, okay, we will give you a season to prove whether or not this is going to make us money. And it did. So they started actually spending more money on stuff and could hire better animation and so on.
Oh, so
True.
why is this giving me, like, Roger Rabbit vibes? Does that make Joker Roger Rabbit? Like, deranged Roger Rabbit?
Neo-noir threatening to dip people in goop.
Yes!
Oh, now I want Mark Hamill's Judge Doom.
Yes!
I can answer your question, Shami. The Silver Age Batman.
Ooh.
They are channeling the Silver Age Batman super hard in this one.
Silver Age, is that the same age as the Cesar Romero Joker and Adam West Batman?
The Adam West Batman was being made during the Silver Age. The Silver Age is roughly, with all due apologies to anybody listening to this that is actually paying attention to the exact years, essentially it's 1950 to 1970-ish.
Yeah, you kind of cap off Silver Age with Death of Superman.
Yeah.
Because Wortham has almost destroyed superheroes. Batman and Superman are basically the two survivors of the Purge. And they're no longer allowed to do the pulpy, everyone just murders everybody stuff that they did when they first started out in the 30s when nobody cared yet. And
Grady, for the love of God, can they punch Nazis?
they were still allowed to punch Nazis when they would show up, but it was basically, in the Silver Age, let's see how goofy we can make this shit.
Silver Age is peak Comics Code Authority, isn't it?
That sounds about right.
Yes, the Comics Code Authority has come around. There are so many things that you're not allowed to do, and...
Oh, so it's their version of the Hays Code then.
Comics Code Authority is the Hays Code, but worse.
Yes.
Ooh, tall order.
In order to avoid having yet another round of Senate hearings, we're not going to do the scary stuff. We're going to make it where, oh no, Batman has to dress in a different costume every night for reasons. Or, oh no, Superman's got, his head is now the head of a giant ant for reasons.
Wait, is this the era when they did that thing of Lois Lane becoming a black woman?
No, that was in the 70s.
That
That's
was in the
Bronze
70s.
Age. That's its own thing. And that's an example of something that was well-intentioned for its time, but aged like milk.
Yeah, this is, we want to make a new villain for Spider-Man, but we can't have vampires, so we're gonna make him an evil dinosaur.
But I don't want to cure cancer.
Cancer, I want to turn people into dinosaurs. Yes, that guy.
The plasma was its own thing in the 90s.
Oh.
Just to shrink it down, Morbius came when the Comics Code was starting to unclench a little bit, and you actually could do a vampire character, and not somebody with the lamprey hands, but that's Marvel. Let's get back to DC. The Silver Age is where most of the oversized nonsense in the Batcave came from.
Yeah.
The robot Tyrannosaur,
Taurus,
the
yeah.
giant penny. The Silver Age is totally on crack, and some of it is just dumb as hell, but it's just, okay, we have these ridiculous restrictions. Let's see what we can do to work our way within them, but also just be nuts.
Yeah, there's this really excellent video I saw the other day where, and you can argue this until Kingdom Come, but your ideal Batman should be somebody who can do the gritty noir stuff, but also is campy enough to have a giant dinosaur in the Batcave.
I'm not sure that we got that for this episode, but this episode did kind of set Bruce up, for lack of a better word, to be the Scrooge, the Grinch.
Yeah.
I mean, that is sort of Bruce's role in almost everything. Quote one of the episodes of Justice League Unlimited I have seen, I haven't had a childhood since I was 8.
This is also coming out not very long after DC decided to murder Jason Todd because
Yeah.
they realized that they no longer had any idea what to do with it.
River,
Yeah.
deep breath.
But in all fairness to DC, they did leave it up to the readers to decide, does he live or does he die? But unfortunately, because they had gone from pre-crisis Jason, who was essentially Dick Grayson 2.0, to post-crisis Jason, who was a complete asshole.
DC forgot that most comic readers at the time were 12-year-old assholes who didn't like seeing themselves in a petulant child written by adults, or understandably a kid with anger issues. And this is why Tim Drake, when he eventually shows up in this series, is just Jason, but with a thin reskin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where he's given Jason's backstory, but he is essentially on all other accounts Tim Drake. Anyway, this rant has been redacted to save space. I am rattling the bars of my enclosure, but I am being so polite about it.
Speaking of
2
which,
episodes
they
in a
should have
row.
let the Joker fall into that chemical bath. It's like what he deserves after massacring our boy.
He hasn't done that yet!
He will!
You can't preemptively punish someone for something they haven't done. That's how you get Minority Report.
Also, Jason Todd doesn't exist in this Batman.
Yes, he does. They introduced him in the extended comics. He's got a Red Hood design and everything.
No, I'm talking about in the animated series.
In the animated series,
It
it's
was-
just Tim Drake.
Yeah, but when they did the animated series as extended comics, they did eventually introduce Jason.
Yeah, they also had Bruce knock up Barbara. What's your point, River?
Ew, I forgot that was a thing!
We're not talking about Bruce Timm's weird agenda about Barbara Bruce. I don't have time to open that box of worms. We're here to talk about this episode. And Bruce is not going to let the Joker fall into the vat of acid no matter how much he fucking deserves it, because if Bruce breaks that one specific rule, he can never come back from it. So he is going to try and try and try.
He could get a little creative with it. Don't drop him in the vat of acid, but like pie him in the face in return, at least.
I mean, he does. He does do that in the comics. He pummels Joker within an inch of his life, and basically after Jason's death is so aggressive. The reason that Tim Drake is Robin is because he figures out who
Who Batman is, and basically sneaks into the Batcave and tells him, "Oh, let me be Robin."
He says, I need to be Robin because you need a Robin. You have been unhinged and unstable in ways that are not healthy to you. Let me join the team and see if we can even this out to a way that you're not on the verge of murdering people every night.
Why is this child becoming the therapist to an eternal 35-year-old?
Because Tim Drake is insane!
Tim also did try to find Dick and make Dick be Robin again first. And when Dick was like, no, I've outgrown Robin, I don't want to go back to being Robin, then Tim was like, fine, I'll do it.
For the animated series, in this season, it's as simple as this for why Batman saves him. Because the primary thing that they've got as Batman's defining trait is his compassion to the villains. He's always trying to save them before he has to accept the fact that he's being forced to defeat them.
Yes, that is why Two-Face works so well in this series. The reason you know Freeze the way you do is because of this series.
Completely redefined that character.
Harley Quinn was created for this series.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is going to echo out into the extended where you get the scene of another Mark Hamill villain with the Flash being like, you haven't taken your meds, have you? And this is why I think this particular corner of the DC animated stuff has endured the way it has, you know, creator nonsense aside. Yes, it is beautiful. Yes, it is gorgeous to look at. I would kill to own a cell from the intro alone. Also, Danny Elfman's score in that fucking intro fucks severely. You need to summarize Batman in a piece of music that sure as fuck is it.
And, you know, the lightning flash at the end.
But the compassion and the heart and Bruce Wayne comforting crying children is the Batman we get. And I don't think you get that without the scriptwriters, and you don't get that without Kevin Conroy.
I think what's interesting is that in some ways I think that hasn't quite crystallized for the writers, at least in this episode. I'm specifically thinking of that bit where he and Robin are on patrol and he sees the guy chasing down the lady and immediately assumes the worst, only for it to turn out to be a heartwarming moment, but also, I'm sorry, that voice actor doing the guy was like still trying to sound suspicious, which was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all fairness, the last time Bruce walked down an alley...
Yeah.
No, I'm aware of that. I just don't know that the writers did quite the job they needed to of balancing it. Like, they didn't really quite get to the point where they found a way to balance Bruce's completely understandable trauma and paranoia about that sort of thing with the compassionate side of him.
Okay, now I get where you're going with, yeah.
Then again, I might also be like superimposing Clark onto Bruce in some ways, because there are things I'm definitely thinking about that are more Clark than Bruce.
I think in this episode in particular, like, Bruce is very much deliberately looking for ways to avoid, like, the holiday spirit, and, you know, he doesn't want to sit down and watch a movie. He wants to be doing something and avoiding thinking about this time of year.
And he literally says, like, I can't get past the title of It's a Wonderful Life, because he doesn't think it's wonderful at this point.
Bruce is a workaholic at the best of times, and you want to stick him on a holiday that is culturally founded on togetherness and hiding away for the winter. Never mind the fact that, again, depending on who you ask and how complicated you want to get, Bruce may or may not be Jewish.
Yes, for a second I thought that the candelabra on the table was a Hanukkah, which, by the way, make Bruce Wayne Jewish, you cowards. Not only was he created by a Jewish man, but Kate and the Cades are canonically Jewish. Would it kill for you to do a Hanukkah episode one of these days?
This is just gonna turn into a screed for David Diggs to play Bruce, isn't it?
Yes, I can see it.
You'd make a meal out of that role.
I actually kind of want to see his Harvey Dent more. But I think that's a side effect of Billy D not getting to play Harvey completely.
Billy D.
Billy D.
Billy D.
But you get that. But also, Sam, it's season 1. Remember when shows were allowed to have growing pains?
No. No, it is but a distant memory slowly dissolving into the sands of time.
Please leave Kirk Cameron out of this river.
Remember when we had to, like, take time to figure out what all of our characters' motivations were and, like, iron out the kinks in the storytelling, even for silly haha children's cartoons?
So at what point in this silly haha children's cartoon does Alfred start to get time to shine? there wasn't nearly enough Alfred in this. Like, I don't think that Alfred was used to full effect, because maybe I'm spoiled by Wayne Family Adventures, but that is Bruce's father!
Alfred gets a really good episode in The Forgotten, where, again, Bruce has been amnesiacked and kidnapped, and Alfred basically has to go out and rescue him himself and does not know what to do with the bat tech. It's very funny. Alfred gets a lot of, like, little moments. He's very much Bruce's dad in the same way that Keaton's Alfred is Bruce's dad.
You mean Michael Gough?
Michael Gough.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Keaton has played Alfred yet, but now I kind of want to see that. God damn it.
But in Keaton's movie, the underlying thread for those two, for that dynamic, is like quiet dad rather than an overt dad.
Michael Gough was basically the only consistent element between all of those movies. Like, he was there through the two Burton ones and through the Schumacher ones.
Oh yeah, like, I don't know, the little bit that he does with, like, shall I pack you a sandwich, sir? While he's going out in the Batmobile, like, I bet he cuts the crusts off for him.
He doesn't just cut the crusts off, he takes a little bat-shaped cookie cutter and puts it in the sandwich.
Yeah, I see that.
The animated Alfred's finest hour is his scenes in Mask of the Phantasm.
I will say, Alfred has a lot of little moments where he shines, and his dry wit is, like, incomparable. There's, at one point, he draws Bruce a bath, and literally drew a bath.
Amelia Bedelia style?
The one I've seen the most that's been, like, gift to death is the, oh no, whatever shall I do with this hot plate of nothing I prepared?
Yes.
In short, we are all Alfred Pennyworth stands first, human beings second.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted Alfred to get a few, like, sassy moments in this episode. I wanted him and Dick to be a tag team, like, trying to bully Bruce together.
Something, Jason's Alfred's kid. Anyway.
Speaking of bullying Bruce, I kind of want the Joker to host a full Christmas special a la Judy Garland, Sabrina Carpenter with the Rogues.
That would be kind of funny.
It would be!
Mark Hamill in a holiday special, you say?
Incorrect!
Happy Life Day, Brucey!
Put it down! Put down the file!
Also, this is a whole full-on one-man production. Like, where is he getting all these things? How is he putting this all together? He really wants his Am I Blue moment.
He put the whole budget into the vat of acid. That's why he couldn't afford costumes for the henchmen.
Or the Betty Blooper doll, which has been out of commissions.
No, he did the bloody blooper doll on purpose because he wanted Batman to find him.
Fellas, is it gay to leave your nemesis clues in your holiday special?
Extremely!
Yeah, to that I say, Joker, darling, baby doll. You know you can just call, right? You can just text him.
No, he's too dramatic for that. He needs a whole thing.
Oh, you're a villain, all right. Just not a super one.
Yeah? What's the difference?
Presentation!
Yes. Also, there is a little bit that I love, like, Joker is calling the goons who blew up the bridge Donner and Blitzen. The obvious references is to Santa's reindeer, but they're also the German word for thunder and lightning. I'm betting he did that whole thing for the gag.
Of course.
Gotta do it for the bit.
Galileo.
Galileo?
Galileo.
Magnifico.
Oh no.
This is what you get, River! You get bits for Christmas!
So here's my bit then. When the laser is going off at Gotham Observatory, a thing that just happens in this city, and all of these civilians are running away. DC, sit down for a second. Jim Lee, you're the current head of creative at the moment. Ooh, you want me to write something about Gotham civilians so badly. If Marvel won't pay me to write that Generation X show, then you should pay me to write a Powerless style civilian show about people trying to survive living in Gotham. That is what I specifically deserve. Because what the fuck do you mean that there are just lasers going off and the train's gonna be down for a month as they have to rebuild a bridge?
So much paperwork. So much paperwork.
Bruce will pay for it.
Also, what is the property taxes in Gotham? And are they atrocious? Like, yes, rent is dirt cheap, but you gotta pay for all of the public property destruction.
New Jersey property taxes.
It's gonna be astronomical.
Okay, circa 1990.
Okay, that's the best case I can make for this not being Massachusetts. Massachusetts has extremely high taxes, but that also means that we have extremely well-kept public spaces, public schools, infrastructure, Big Dig notwithstanding.
Sam, when you said Bruce will pay for it, there is a moment in either Justice Justice League or Justice League Unlimited that I can't remember which, where Superman kind of destroys this city thing that Lex
Oh,
Luthor
that's
had set up.
Unlimited. That's Unlimited. And then Bruce just has to write a check.
Superman says the Justice League will pay for it, of course, and then you see Batman standing over Superman's shoulder with the
He's
most.
he's the one funding this whole operation.
Yeah, and he like you can hear his thoughts going, "Fuck this! Like you're not fucking paying for it. The Justice League isn't fucking paying for it. I'm paying for it."
Is Gotham in North or South Jersey? That's helping with the property tax question.
Gotham is allegedly outside of New York, think like Hoboken.
Okay.
It used to be New York City before it became its own individual city.
Metropolis is New York as New Yorkers see it. Gotham is New York as everyone else sees it.
Metropolis is in Chicago. I will not hear any evidence to the contrary.
It's in Cleveland!
Yeah, I'm not part of this.
Metropolis is a Great Lakes city. Gotham is Jersey. Star and Keystone are both West Coast.
Opal City is Seattle, and Star City is Portland.
And Diana canonically lived in Boston, but she kind of floats.
Fuck it, I'll claim her.
Yeah, she
I
was
also
originally
think
from
that
Greece.
Metropolis is canonically Delaware.
Anyway, but yes, no. What are the goddamn property taxes in fucking Gotham? How does this city pay for infrastructure maintenance? You assume that Bruce has one of the Wayne Foundation funds is just for public property improvement. And also, Sam, when you were going on that tax rant earlier, I did want to joke. I can't hear you over the public health care.
Yeah, well, Massachusetts is probably the closest we have to that in the United States, but, you know, hellscape.
Hellscape.
Does Bruce fund single-payer healthcare?
I mean, it wouldn't
Is
surprise
Bruce
me.
the single-payer in Gotham?
Yes.
So I do believe that Wayne Enterprises, everyone has good benefits, but considering your odds for working anywhere else are front for villain organization, front for villain organization, front for mob organization, and actual decent dock work that somehow still ends up being a front for somebody.
And pizza delivery.
Yeah.
And also, you know, insert corruption here. I think Bruce tried to set up single-payer healthcare, and then it got fucked over somehow, probably by Scarecrow.
So it is single-payer healthcare. He's the single-payer.
Or he tried to support single-payer healthcare, and then somebody made a stink about that going to people who are in Arkham, and decided that the whole thing got blown to smithereens, because we have to remember that at the end of the day, Gotham is still in the United States.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Wait, I was told everything is legal in New Jersey. Why would Hamilton lie to me?
Except for pumping your own gas.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce opened a branch of Wayne Corp in Canada just so that the legal requirement that your U.S. employees have to get equivalent health insurance coverage to what the Canadian system is would apply to anybody working for him.
I mean, I just think that Wayne Enterprises just has decent benefits in spite of that.
Bruce is not above shenaniganery. We should acknowledge that.
Other option for places to work in Gotham that aren't a front for something lies again. It's also a front, but it's a front for the fucking Court of Owls. Anyway,
We are not getting into the Court of Owls. That is
We're
a
not
whole other
getting
thing.
Either that or you can be a cop.
yeah, you can be a fucking cop.
Or a reporter.
All cops
True.
are bastards, and alas, this does include Jim Gordon.
It includes Renee Montoya.
Yeah, but she left.
She was unfortunately compromised by the end of her time as a cop, yeah.
But yeah, alas, all cops are bastards includes both Renee Montoya and in most continuities Dick Grayson, because for some fucking reason
They
Chuck
make him a
Dixon
cop in Bloodhaven.
made him a fucking cop
Yeah.
in Blue Haven.
And absolutely applies to Bullock.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though Dick should absolutely be a fucking firefighter, this ranch has been redacted to save space.
Just looking at Bullock, you're like, oh, that's a bastard. That's a rat bastard right there.
Rat
I
bastard.
Oh, yeah.
will say this about him. One of the reasons why I love the character is, well, there are two reasons. One, he was created to be the sort of cop that everybody assumes is a bent cop, but actually doesn't ever quite cross the line. And secondly, he was one of the few characters in the animated series who would actually call Batman out on his bullshit.
Yes. This is very true. He was never a crooked cop. He was just kind of a lazy cop most of the time. And then would get pissed off about Batman.
Also, wasn't there a mandate that you couldn't show Gotham PD being corrupt, just incompetent?
Probably.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
It was the 90s.
What do you know of the 90s?
Hearsay, whispers.
From me.
An allusion to a better time that was also not as good as it could have been.
Lies built on sand, coarse, rough, irritating sand.
I can't stand sand.
Again, you grip the 90s cynic teenager going, it will never be this good again.
I have to admit, for a while I was like, I wasn't getting the fuss about this, and maybe that was just like some of the stuff we've talked about already with the growing pains and the just generally overly but the episode won me over with the fucking pie in the face.
Yes.
Like, I cackled.
Joker did everything just to set that up. That's dedication to the bit, y'all.
Yeah.
That is why I say that Batman the Animated Series team is the only one who knew what to do with the Joker from a why his schemes work the way he does. Joker is essentially a Looney Tunes character, but with explosives. More explosives than your average Looney Tunes character.
If the explosives work.
So does that make LAFCO acne?
Okay, hang on. Is he a Looney Tunes character, or is he a Muppet?
Looney Tunes
Looney
character.
Tunes.
Looney Tunes character.
Pre-code Looney Tunes.
But Muppets have explosions.
The Muppets have heart.
True.
You've never accused the Joker of having a heart.
Okay, but can I at least headcanon that the Joker plays poker with Statler and Waldorf every other Wednesday?
No. He plays poker with Two-Face, Killer Croc, and Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
No, that's on Thursdays.
Point.
Technically that wasn't Killer Croc, but semantics.
Also, nobody really wanted Killer Croc to be there.
He just brought himself over.
It was a big croc.
Terrible.
I salute
awful.
you.
Gillian.
Yes?
That's some
Bullying.
Zach Oyama delivery right there.
Bullying.
Do you ever think Batman got jealous of Mystery Incorporated for meeting the Harlem Globetrotters several times?
No. I am thinking about that fucking Mystery Incorporated bit where Bruce is trying to go down to the Batcave so he can change into Bruce Wayne, and Fred keeps trying to turn the secret lair around, and Bruce has to keep throwing the Batarang to keep it closed. Mystery Incorporated would have figured out who Batman was within half an episode in this essay, I will.
Besides, they've met before! They went to the Batcave! They had bat cookies and bat milk together!
Okay, which is the worst kept secret? Bruce Wayne being Batman or Anakin and Padme's secret marriage?
Anakin and Padme's secret marriage. Bruce Wayne has openly admitted while on the stand that he is Batman and nobody fucking believes him.
Yeah.
Where is that where the butts match bit comes from?
It wasn't on the stand. He said that he's Batman when he was trying to give a reason why Bruce Wayne should not be on the jury of someone that Batman had arrested and handed over to the cops.
Yes.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne will tell you straight to your face that he is Batman, and nobody will fucking believe him because that Brucey Wayne persona is expertly crafted.
And
the
that's
butts
why Bruce
match.
Wayne is the one
Do the
who
butts
set up
match!
thebuttsmatch.com.
Yes.
Wait, do the what's match?
Do the butts
Do the butts match, which I will say is less about Bruce.
Buttsmatch.com and
Deep lore.
Which is less
Deep
about Bruce
lore.
and more about Nightwing, because Bruce has a cape that covers it up. Nightwing has been canonically recognized because that ass doesn't lie!
Wait, is it a .com or .net?
I don't think it actually exists. I think it's just a joke.
Fucking no.
I mean, the site couldn't be reached, so I just...
Yeah, I
That's
think
also
it's a
why I asked
joke.
the classification.
Damn it, Joker.
Damn it. He wants the butt pics for himself, damn it.
How much can Bruce bench in relationship to Bruce's physique? Because, like, he was able to grab all 3 hostages at once, and that's gotta be at least, judging by the size of Gordon and Bullock, that's at least, I would say, 600 pounds.
I don't think it's ever specified.
No, he's at peak human condition, and I think his IQ is recorded to be over 200, and yeah, his character details are basically impossible for obvious reasons, but he's insane.
Bruce is as super as you can get without actually being a meta in DC. He also has the power of the checkbook. And remember, kids, if you're gonna shoot him, don't shoot him in the emblem. That's where his armor's the strongest. Anyway.
Yeah. I like to headcanon that because, Gotham is cursed and is basically its own eldritch entity and everything, that, like, the Bat family basically are metahumans, just not in a way that is recognized by wider DC.
So basically, I'm thinking like Gotham has granted them her protection, or at least designated them as as her protectors.
There is a dark god underneath Gotham that has marked the Wayne family line.
Okay, is this actually canon or just, like, theorizing? Because
it's actual canon. Actually, it might... Okay, technically, I think Barbados might just be an extremely powerful demon and not an actual elder god, but it's one of those things
Christ,
where...
We're talking Dark Knight's metal shit now? No, I can't. Nope.
I just thought he was like Kingston Brown from Uptown.
No, I gotta double check. There's a Batman Urban Legends comic that deals with the entity that lives near Gotham.
Okay, we cannot start going into the deep lore. We're done. Let's put it to the vote. Is the Force with it?
Yes. Absolutely.
God damn it. We're closing out in the dark side. Because it's unanimous, which I think would also mean it's absolute. And, Grady, I think you have something to say about that, don't you?
Only a Sith deals in absolutes!
Thank you very much.
I, on the other hand, deal in absolutes.
But we're not talking about absolute Batman.
Oh, for fuck's sake, there's an absolute Batman? Does absolute Batman control an army of mind flayers?
No, there's a whole absolute universe where Darkseid basically rewrote the universe for everything's just kind of awful, and Batman was born in 2004.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'll tell you about it off mic. Anyway.
Who has pluggables?
As usual, I am going to go with the if you like this, try this sort of thing. Snakebit Cat on the socials, by the way, but we've mentioned, well, I especially have mentioned Batman Mask of the Phantasm repeatedly. If you haven't seen it, or if it's been a while, please watch it. It's amazing.
I am Cutie Puppy Fire on the socials.
I mostly just want to encourage everybody to watch the DC animated series universe. Batman, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond. If you can find where to get Static Shock and Zeta Project, find those too. But I love this universe so much. It is my lifeblood, and I write a lot of fan fiction with it. But yeah.
And of course, we would never suggest anybody ever do piracy. That would be bad.
That's about as bad as stealing 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 10s.
And that's
terrible.
You can find me on the online news on Tumblr. I make all the graphics for this podcast and for our sibling podcast, Niche Retelling. If you like my work and want to commission me, come hit me up.
You can find me on BlueSky at Dreams Rebel. You can find me on Letterboxd at punk_skeleton. You can find me on Serialized, which is Letterboxd's TV cousin at punkskeleton with no underscore. You can find me on my own website, blog.filmlion.online, and you can find me as the host of the podcast The Straights Aren't Alright, a podcast where I gather a bunch of queers together, make them watch straight rom-coms, and try to answer the question, are the straights like okay? And if I try to be ambitious enough to get the next episode up before I leave for the holidays, our next episode should be up by then.
And in the spirit of Star Wars, to be there for the people who need us, this episode's mutual fund spotlight goes to Warm the Children, a network of 27 nonprofits all dedicated to providing winter clothing and footwear to children in need. With options to participate in person or online and a vested interest in working with local service organizations, Warm the Children now serves over 10,000 children annually, making sure they have all the essentials to stay warm in the coldest time of year. The link can be found in the description, as well as on my various socials at Demisem. Our theme music is provided by Refractory Period, the 2 girls, 1 beat synth pop sensation. You can follow them on Instagram at Refractory Period, the band. To further support this podcast, please subscribe to us on your platform of choice, leave reviews, and share with your friends to boost our visibility, and consider joining our Patreon. And now, it's time to turn to the Chance Cube to decide where our journey takes us next.
Four.
That's a 4.
4.
Is it a sapphic?
Oh? I hope so.
Or does Ellie's curse finally break?
I think that would depend on your definition of sapphic.
Can you please elaborate?
And all that jazz. Okay, Okay, hang on. I need to clarify. We're not doing Bob Fosse's All That Jazz. We're doing Chicago.
So you're saying it's sapphic from a certain point of view?
That'll be fun.
We're starting off 2026 with Theater Kid energy. Fantastic. We'll see you all then. Stay safe, stay strong, stay beautiful. Happy fucking New Year. May it be better than this one, and may the Force be with you. Crashing through the roof on a one-horse open tree, busting out I go, laughing all the way. Henchmen in the street, taunting the dark night. What fun it is to clown around and do some crime tonight. Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin Lady May. The Batmobile lost a wheel and Joker got away. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin Lady May. From all of us at 6 degrees, a happy holiday. Hey!